What's up, guys? Today I'm going to walk you through how to build a concrete leveling Google Ads campaign from the ground up. I'm going to show a landing page that we're going to be using at the end of the video, but this video is specifically focused on building out the campaign, the ad groups, the keywords to drive more business to your concrete leveling company. So let's jump right into it. We're going to start all campaigns the same. Sign up for Google Ads account, and then we're going to go over to new campaign. With the new campaign, we're going to always create a campaign without goal guidance. Now, you might be asking why. Our goal is to get more leads and drive more business. The reason is we want to create a campaign without goal guidance so that we can have more control over the campaign. We don't want Google dictating our campaign or making decisions for us. So with this, we have more control over the campaign. We want to run search. Search is going to be the best. Do not run Performance Max or Demand Gen or Display or any of this. YouTube can work really, really well if you have a good video and a good commercial. But other than that, I would just stick to search, and this is what we're going to be focusing on today. We will set up conversion goals, but for now, let's skip over that. And next, just skip over that, even though we want phone calls. And then you can name this campaign whatever you'd like. So we're going to name it Concrete Leveling in St. Louis, main campaign. Next, we're going to start new. We are going to focus on clicks at the beginning. Now, there's two things we can do. We can do manual or we can do max clicks. What we're going to do for this campaign is max clicks. Each location is going to have a different CPC. But for now, just based on some research, we want to start at about $6 CPC. Yes, we only want to bid for new customers, but I wouldn't worry about that at the moment. Go ahead and uncheck these. We do not want search partners, and we definitely don't want display. Search partners, a lot of times what you get is a lot of people looking for jobs. You get people, outside of your area. You get very low quality clicks. Even though it's a low CPC, you get very low quality leads. So turn that off, turn this off. Next, for location options, we want to do people in or regularly in. This top one is automatically by default the one that's going to be enabled. The reason we don't want this is people interested in, so it could be people, in another state, another country, who are showing interest in your location. We only want people in our location. You waste a lot of money if you do this section right here. Enter your location. So the way I'd recommend, we're going to keep it easy now. We're just going to do the DMA region. This will need to be changed later on. But what I'd recommend, but for the simplicity of this video, I'm not going to show you, but what I'd recommend is if you go here and you add your locations in bulk, what you can do actually is if you have a list of them like here, what you can do is you can do that and then target all. I'm not going to do that because I'm sure there's going to be some ones. This one's out in Canada. You really want to double check the list, but you can do that, target all, and that way you have all your cities. The reason I wouldn't recommend a radius is good, right? So if we do St. Louis, a radius will be good. However, we want to get the data from these specific cities. So if you have all the cities, putting them in here and then targeting those specific cities will be great because you're going to see, what leads come from what areas, what's the cost per lead per city, and you're able to really fine tune your campaign down the road. Additionally, if you wanted to, you could go to show all areas and do it by postal code. And so you go in here by postal code and just include the specific postal codes. That way you have that information as well. So cities, postal codes. If you just want to do counties, that's okay, but I would recommend at least putting one or the other. Zip codes, counties, or cities. Cities and zip codes are going to be the best. English. If you guys are interested in running a campaign in another language, like you want to run one in Spanish and English, I'd recommend setting up two different campaigns, only targeting one language, having different landing pages, all that. Ad schedule, we're just going to keep these to business hours. Let's do 8 to 4. With this, at the beginning, guys, I'd recommend only allocating your budget to business hours. Now, if you have a large budget, say $3,000 to $5,000 or more per month, I'd recommend, if you are having trouble spending that full amount, then running it a little bit after and before business hours. Just make sure you're able to get back to leads in a very fast time. Otherwise, you're going to waste a lot of money, trying to call them back and them not answering. So we've got our list of ad groups here. I've got this here. I've got all these different ad groups. However, we're going to be focusing on specific keywords that are actually going to generate enough volume. So we are going to these two are optional. Some concrete leveling companies offer, sealing and caulking. Others don't. These would be two different ad groups. We are not going to run them. I just wanted to provide it as an option. Entranceways, sidewalks, not going to get enough. Concrete void filling, great. Walkway porches are great. Parking structures, but we have another one for porches. ADA compliant stairways, great, but we don't want to do it. Sidewalks, gazebo leveling, street and alleyway leveling, patio and porch leveling. Stairway leveling, loading dock is not going to get enough volume. Golf cart pathways not. Garage floor will. Concrete slabs, and then we have our different locations, mud jacking, and then we've also got our polyurethane foam raising. So polyurethane, concrete raising, and then we've got our general concrete leveling up top. So overall, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16. 16 different ad groups. All these are going to be set up pretty similarly, guys, but I'll walk through the first couple of ad groups, how to set them up, and the right way to do it, and then speed up the video, and then kind of walk through the rest of the settings. So let's go ahead and set up our main ad group here, our concrete leveling ad group. So here what we want to do is we want to go here, and you can type in your URL if you want it, if you have a website with enough concrete leveling information, or you can just do it here. Actually, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to remove St. Louis because we're going to add it here. So what I would recommend is we can add, concrete leveling company, raising, driveway leveling. Driveway is going to be a different ad group. We do not have it. So driveway leveling, that's going to be a completely different one. Floor leveler, cost, let's remove cost, raise concrete slab. This will go in the concrete slab ad group. Concrete lifting companies, A1. We don't want to do anything with competitors. Now here's what I would do is I would do concrete leveling St. Louis, concrete lifting St. Louis, concrete lifting in St. Louis, and then concrete raising. Now if you guys are, in a different area that's not St. Louis, make sure you put your main city there, right? So if you're in, if you're in Phoenix or you're in Houston or you're in Dallas, putting those cities there. And the reason we don't have a different ad group for the main city is just because it makes the most sense to have it in the main ad group, and then we'll create branch off location ad groups such as these right here, just with the most volume. Our final URL, so what we're going to go ahead and do is what I'd recommend is running it to a landing page, guys. I'll break down the landing page closer to the end. I also have another video on this, but here's the landing page we're going to use. It's currently not published, but you want to have a single landing page. You do not want to run it to a website. A website is great, even if your website is, it looks really nice, but you want to run it to a landing page because it's more of a sales page. You're going to convert better. You're going to get lower cost per leads. And we've got videos on setting up landing pages and why you want to run a landing page over a website, but definitely run it to a landing page. For this specific example, we're just going to set it up to a website because this campaign we're not going to publish yet, but just so that this ad gets approved. The display path is we're going to do concrete leveling. Concrete leveling here. And then for our headlines, we can have just our general name here. We can have what we like to do is do keyword insertion. So concrete leveling in St. Louis. And what dynamic keyword insertion is basically if somebody types in, concrete leveling in St. Louis, what is the cost, right? It's more than 30 characters. This will be the default. However, if somebody looks up concrete leveling company, this will dynamically swap to concrete leveling company instead of concrete leveling in St. Louis. So it's just a little bit different, but it makes the ads more relevant. You'll get a better click-through rate doing that. Here we can do, we raise concrete, 5-year workmanship. Let's just do 5-year warranty. Don't replace. Raise. You guys, if you guys do polyurethane foam, you guys can do, type in polyurethane, right? So polyurethane foam raising. Additionally, if you guys have any other benefits, right? 100% quality guaranteed, just different benefits that you have. Affordable quotes. Job completed. Complete in 2 hours. And then you guys can add some call to actions, right? If you have some different call to actions like get an estimate, call us now, free quote. Yeah, if you guys have a discount, 10% off through, and then you can insert a month. So 10% off this week only. Free quote for concrete lifting. Perfect. For the description, guys, we want to keep it very simple. We want to have a concrete leveling and repair company in, and then insert your location, providing the best service, improving property value, or whatever you guys like to say. And then the second description just kind of breaks down your guys' services. So, driveway leveling, slab raising, garage floor lifting. You guys can also have some other ones, right? You guys have, sidewalks, gazebos, and more. If you guys want to add a third description, it's recommended. However, it's not required. The reason we like to have two descriptions at least is one, because Google requires it, but two, we like to have our first description as like kind of our keyword right here. What this does is it improves ad relevancy. And what this does is it's just kind of a general broad, here's all the things we're doing, because somebody's looking for concrete leveling. We don't know if it's a driveway. We don't know if it's a sidewalk, a gazebo. We don't know what it is yet. And so just, kind of covering all bases. Here's what you can do here. Just, 100% guaranteed, 5-year warranty. Get a free quote now. Perfect. This looks good, guys. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to skip the asset section. We'll go through that at the end. So site links, callouts, we'll add all that towards the end. And then we'll select done. Looks good. Now with these keywords, guys, we don't want to have them in broad match. If you have a negative keyword list, I'd recommend running phrase match. However, if you don't have a negative keyword list, I would run exact match to start. You'll still get some keywords outside of, what you have, what you're trying to target, but this way you guys are not wasting money. So just keeping it exact, having these brackets around it. Basically, the difference between broad, phrase, and exact, there's 3 match types for keywords. Exact match is basically, concrete leveling. Back in the day, it used to be exact, but now it's a little bit more loose. So, concrete leveling St. Louis, concrete leveling near me, concrete leveling just in general, even concrete lifting you might show up for. Phrase match is basically anything that it has in a, sentence or a phrase. So this would be the quotes around it. Basically what that would be is, I'm looking for a concrete leveling. It has that keyword in the phrase. I'm looking for a concrete leveling company in St. Louis. That's great to pick up kind of long tail keywords. It's just great to run in general, but you do pick up a little bit less quality searches sometimes, just from naturally people typing it in phrases. And broad match is completely, I would not run it, guys, unless you have a large negative keyword list and you've been running this campaign for a while. Don't run broad match. Broad match doesn't have any brackets or quotes around it. It's just as that keyword. So next we're going to jump over here. Budget is, for each individual person. That's what you guys are looking for. I would recommend anything, starting a minimum of $50 a day and going up from there. Even $100 a day would be even more recommended. But for this case, since this campaign's not going to be run, we're just going to set it to $1 a day. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is publish the campaign. Once the campaign is published, we are going to go ahead and pause it just until we get all the ad groups set up. So we've got the campaign here. We're going to go ahead and pause it immediately. And we're good to go. So guys, now we have our ad group 1. We didn't name it, so we're going to name it Concrete Leveling. So now what we want to go ahead and do is we've got all these, right? So we are going to go ahead and remove the ones that we have. We're going to do concrete void filling. Actually, we're going to do concrete void filling at the end because it's a little bit of a different service. So all these are going to be different ad groups that we want. I would honestly put all these ad groups in kind of a similar theme. These down here are going to be kind of their own, but we're going to go start with driveway leveling. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got 12 different ad groups. This part takes a little while, guys. If you do use the Google Ads offline editor, you can do it a lot quicker. But for simplicity of this video, not making you guys download the ads editor, we're just going to copy and paste this. So it is a bit of a slow process. I'll speed up the video. Basically what we're going to be doing is copying and pasting, and then grabbing the 2 ad groups and copying and pasting those, and grabbing the 4 one, copying and pasting those until we get to all of these. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video now, guys, and I'll be back in just a moment. All right, guys. So while those last campaigns or ad groups are posting, what we're going to go ahead and do is name all our different ad groups. So we've got, driveway leveling. We've got pool decks. We've got sidewalks. Now, some of these are not going to get very much volume, like gazebo leveling. It might be a great SEO page to have on your website. However, streets and alleyways likely not gonna get much traction. But it's better to have it than to not have it. If you guys were trying to consolidate this and just run it in specific, in the most valuable areas, it would probably be, you probably wouldn't do streets, you probably wouldn't do gazebos, you probably wouldn't do garage floors. So there's a few that, you probably just wouldn't run because it might not get enough volume. But it's better to have those ad groups than to not have those ad groups because you don't want to miss anybody who's clicking on those search terms or looking for those search terms. So let's do concrete slabs. So where did we leave off? We left off at gazebos. So we got gazebo. I think we left off. Do we have garage floor? Garage. No. Okay. So the garage floor, concrete slabs. Got Kirkwood. Got O'Fallon. And we got St. Charles. And then we've got mudjacking and polyurethane. And then we've got concrete void filling. So with this, we've got 16 different ad groups. A lot of ad groups, guys, but it's important to theme them out. We don't want everything consolidated into one ad group. Honestly, this might be overkill to have all these different ad groups. However, it's better to have them than to not have them. So what we'll go ahead and do is we've got our, we'll do it, check mark symbol. And the way we are going to, I guess what we can do is we can just remove these when we have them done. So let's go down the list. Driveway leveling. Start out with driveway leveling. So we're going to go, it's going to be rinse and repeat, guys. We're going to be doing the same thing. We are going to, we can do, if we had the ads editor, we could do this a little bit quicker, but what we can do is remove these keywords. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to add them. So we've got driveway leveling, driveway lifting near me, driveway leveling, level concrete driveway. And what we're going to go ahead and do here is, we want to go ahead and add St. Louis to these. So St. Louis, right? Driveway leveling, St. Louis. And then driveway lifting and driveway easing. Perfect. All right, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is make sure that all these are in exact match. Don't want to do any, and these are broad for this specific campaign, just so we keep our search terms high quality and we're not wasting money. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is select save. Oh, all right. After that, what we're going to go ahead and do, so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go over to ads. We're going to go update this ad. Now, the best practices, guys, are to have 2 ads per ad group. However, for this specific case, we're going to do 1 ad per ad group. Otherwise, this would be a very, very long tutorial on how to set this up. So you see here, we're going to switch everywhere it says concrete. We're going to switch it with driveway. So just driveway leveling in St. Louis, KW Concrete Leveling, that's the company name. We raise concrete driveways, 5-year warranty, concrete driveway leveling and repair, expert concrete leveling. So you guys can keep a good mix of it in there, concrete leveling and driveway leveling. This looks good. What I like to do here, guys, is concrete driveway leveling and repair company in St. Louis. Other than this, you're good to go. So that is what we're going to be doing for each ad group. Now we're going to be going to the other ad groups. We'll go to pool decks, and now we're on to the next one, right? So we got pool decks here. We're going to change out the keywords. We're going to change out the ads, and then just jump from ad group to ad group. Now, the reason I kind of secluded these off is mudjacking, polyurethane, and concrete void filling. You might want to reword some things differently. Like with these locations, we're going to switch, instead of St. Louis, we're going to say Kirkwood. But, these are almost, we want to explain the service a little bit more in depth. So it's going to be, we're not just going to be doing the same thing. But we've got pool deck leveling. Pool deck leveling near me, concrete pool deck lifting, checking pool deck, perfect. And then we got, pool deck leveling St. Louis. So here we've got all this, and then what we want is, pool deck lifting company. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and copy these keywords. We're going to do it a little bit differently. So let's jump from add group to add group. So concrete slabs, we're going to go here, remove that, and then let it run in the background. And then what we're going to go here, instead of pool deck, we're going to do concrete slab leveling, and then we're just going to copy that. And I don't know why it keeps doing that, but we're going to copy that, and then we're going to, go here and do it like this. So concrete slab lifting, concrete slab lifting, pool deck leveling. It's like that, guys. All right. So now that we have that, what we're going to go ahead and do is just keep jumping from add group to add group. Concrete void filling. It's a little bit different, but we'll remove the keywords here. Do that towards the end, but remove the keywords. Driveway leveling, we already completed. Garage floor, we're going to go ahead and remove the keywords there, and then we're going to go copy paste, and then we're going to go garage floor leveling, and what we'll do is we'll copy garage floor and just go down the list and copy paste. Some of these keywords are going to be the same. These two are the same, but it will automatically remove some of those keywords that are the same. What we're going to go ahead and do, these all did not copy. So we're going to go ahead and go to gazebo leveling, and then we're going to go add these. So gazebo leveling company, lifting, raising, leveling St. Louis. And this should be good. Let's do gazebo leveling, concrete leveling. And then just, we could even let's add gazebo leveling right here. Perfect. All right, so we're going to hit save. Copy those keywords, and you guys can see here immediately there's low search volume. Now, if you guys really do want something like gazebo jobs and they're telling you it's low search volume, what you can do is you can switch this over to phrase match, and potentially you might get more search volume. If not, wouldn't recommend running it to broad match. You're just going to get bad quality clicks, but you could try keeping it on phrase match, but just keep your eye on it. You guys are running it. Just keep your eye on it. So what we're going to do here, we are actually just going to remove these keywords here. And instead of St. Louis, we are going to put Kirkwood. And this is just a populated area here in St. Louis, so it should have enough volume. And it might not. It doesn't look like it does. So additionally, guys, mudjacking, mudjacking, Kirkwood. You guys can add mudjacking even if you do foam only. Sometimes customers don't know the difference between mudjacking and foam. And so mudjacking can be a good quality search term for some of these location keywords. If you guys do, if you guys are, looking at mudjacking and you're getting people who only want mudjacking, you may want to turn it off. But in general, from what we've noticed, you don't need to turn off mudjacking even if you only offer polyurethane. Fallon, so, same thing, concrete leveling, Fallon. And what we can do here is, gosh, guys, I do not know why that keeps happening. Keeping it simple here, concrete raising, leveling, and lifting. That way, cover all our bases here, and then we copy paste that. We'll jump over to, since we already have the St. Charles keywords, we'll just jump over there. And here we can do St. Charles. All right. Now we'll jump back over to our patio and porches. We're going to go ahead and remove these. And then we go patio leveling company, and then we can do patio raising and lifting. All right, and then we can also add porch here. So if we change these out for instead of porch or instead of patio, we do porch. We do porch here. Oh. Porch, and then we're good to go. So copy that, and then you guys will see some of these have low search volume. You can always switch over to phrase to see if that improves it. If it doesn't, likely you could still get impressions and clicks, but you may not. So that's just you just have to run it in your area just to see. Pool decks, we already added pool decks. Great. Sidewalks, we are going to move the keywords and then add the keywords. So sidewalk instead of patio, we're doing sidewalk, sidewalk, lifting company, leveling company. And then since we have porch here, we're going to go ahead and remove this. Now, the thing with these campaigns, guys, if you are running it, over time, you guys will find more keywords that are working for you guys that you may want to add. Additionally, you may find keywords, that just aren't performing, that are quality, but they're just not performing. And it really will surprise you what kind of keywords will work and what kind of keywords will not work. And it's different per location. We noticed, both in concrete leveling as well as our other home service companies, we noticed that keywords with near me in them, keywords with the specific location, St. Louis, Dallas, and etc., work the best. They convert the best, and they're the highest quality lead. But some keywords, guys, will surprise you. So we'll do street here, and then also we'll do highways, right? So we've got highway, leveling company. Goodness, I don't know how to turn that off. Okay, so we got highway leveling company. All right, there we go. All right, so all our keywords have been added besides, polyurethane, mud jacking, and concrete void filling groups. We do have those removed, but we'll come back to those. So next thing we want to do, guys, is go down the list. So we got pool decks. So we'll jump over to pool decks. We'll go over to the ad, and we are going to modify the ad. And we're going to be doing the same thing over again. So, concrete lifting, we'll do pool deck leveling. So instead of, concrete leveling in St. Louis, we'll do pool deck leveling. If it's too long, don't worry about it. Just remove a keyword. If you guys have a longer city name, you can remove the city name, but we raise concrete pool decks, pool deck leveling and repair, expert pool deck leveling. We are a concrete pool deck leveling company. So it's really as simple as that, guys. It's just going through and adding those specific keywords to these specific ads. So next we're going to be jumping over to sidewalks, and after sidewalks, I will let this video fast forward. You guys will watch me do it. It'll be a little bit quicker. This stuff is it's the same thing over and over again. So, sidewalk leveling, St. Louis. We raise concrete sidewalks here, concrete sidewalk leveling and repair. All right, so concrete sidewalk leveling company. All right, guys, so we're just going to jump over to gazebo and then go down the list, and then I'll jump back in here when we go to mud jacking, polyurethane, and concrete void filling. All right, guys, so we have completed all the different ad groups here. Now we're going to jump into mudjacking, polyurethane, and concrete void filling. Let's do concrete void filling first and then jump into the other two because they're more similar to each other. So let's go to the concrete void filling ad group. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and update the ad. It's really not much different, but it is partially different. So concrete void filling is what we're going to have here. So we are at concrete void filling St. Louis filling services. So if it's ever too long, guys, just add change out the location. So we fill voids in concrete leveling and repair, concrete void filling St. Louis. Let's do St. Louis without the dot. Expert concrete void filling. It's all right to have, some stuff about polyurethane foam raising. I mean, at the end of the day, you still are using your foam to fill the voids, but it's not, sometimes it's technically leveling, stabilizing, different things, but it's okay to have some of this here. Some of these are just, so broad, affordable quotes and 100% quality guaranteed that you don't really need to update. Free quote on concrete void filling. Free quotes. Free quote on concrete void filling. So we are a concrete leveling company, say a concrete void filling company in St. Louis, improving property value and stabilizing. You guys can keep this. This is all right. Driveway leveling. This is really good, just as long as it's changed, and this is changed as well. So next we're going to jump over to our other two ad groups. So we got mudjacking and polyurethane. So what we'll go ahead and do is we've got our polyurethane first. So if we jump over here, I did forget the keywords on the concrete void filling. So we'll do that towards the end after we're done with polyurethane. So here is what we've got here. Polyurethane leveling. Polyurethane leveling and let's do polyurethane foam leveling. STL. And we raise concrete with polyurethane. Raise level concrete polyurethane. That doesn't really make sense. I don't think you can add that as a character in there, but we will see. So polyurethane foam raising, this is good. Concrete polyurethane leveling company in St. Louis, so this is good. That's all we're going to do with that. With mudjacking, we are going to add information about mudjacking. So here we've got, and Google Ads, guys, is all about getting leads. That's the primary purpose of running it. So it's okay, to say that, it's, mudjacking, leveling. And then if they call you explaining your guys' process, that's completely okay. Mudjacking, leveling in St. Louis. Let's go ahead and remove in. So mudjacking, we raise concrete. We mudjack concrete. Expert concrete leveling. Mudjacking, concrete lifting. All right, so concrete leveling and repair, mudjacking, leveling and repair company, improving property value, and stabilizing concrete. All right. And St. Louis Mo. All right. Good to go. So what we're going to go ahead and do is add our keywords to this. So we've got our mudjacking. So we've got, mudjacking company. That's going to be one of our keywords. So, mudjacking company near me, mudjacking services near me, companies, contractors, lifting, and, mudjacking lifting. And then we're going to do, leveling and mudjacking in St. Louis. So this is perfect, guys. We are going to add these keywords and add them to exact match. And then what we're going to go ahead and do after that is copy this keyword list right here and select save. And then we're going to jump over to polyurethane. We're going to do this. So we're going to do polyurethane. Let's do this. Polyurethane company, leveling company. And we're going to do, gosh, I don't know why that keeps happening. Polyurethane companies. I don't think we're going to want this, guys. So polyurethane leveling services near me. We want to make sure we add leveling. Otherwise, you may get some poor quality leads. Polyurethane foam leveling companies. Polyurethane lifting. Polyurethane leveling. Polyurethane leveling in St. Louis. Let's remove N, and there we go. All right, so next we're going to jump over to concrete void filling. So we got concrete void filling over here. So concrete void filling companies. Now this you may get some poor quality leads if you're too broad, right? So if we just did concrete void filling, a lot of people are going to be looking for some DIY stuff, and we do not want people who are doing DIY. You're going to waste a lot of money that way. So we're just going to do it, keep it simple. Concrete void filling services, contractors. We're just going to use these 4 keywords, and if we notice more popping up as we run the campaign, then we'll add them. But these are really the ones you want to start with. We just want to prevent people trying to do DIY. So we have now got the ad groups all set up. Everything is good to go. We have added, I believe, all the keywords needed for this campaign, and this is just the start, guys. So we've got all our different themes and ad groups, and this is how you want to structure the campaign. The reason you don't want to throw it all into one ad group or 2 ad groups is because it's going to be very disorganized, and also you can't make the ads and landing page relevant to what the person's searching for. So the next tip I'd recommend really is with the landing page. Like I mentioned at the beginning, you guys do want to have a specific landing page, have an offer, keep the landing page simple. It doesn't need to be anything too complicated, but do have a landing page with some of your pictures on it, just different things, and run it there. Track these leads, set up conversion tracking, that sort of stuff. But what you can do, with the different ad groups, and the reason we have them in different ad groups is you can run 2 different URLs. So like for concrete void filling, we could run it to, expert concrete void filling company instead of leveling company. You can run, expert concrete pool deck leveling company for the pool deck landing pages, ad group. Polyurethane, you guys can explain. So you guys can run different URLs to different ad groups, and that's primarily why we separate them, as well as keeping the information organized. So the next step that we're going to want to do is set up the assets for this campaign. Assets are going to be vital to your guys' campaign. One thing I'd recommend is setting up a business logo. We need to verify the account, but do verify your guys' Google Ads account. Site links are going to be important. Site links are great. I'll kind of walk you guys through our process for that at Google Ads or at Max Conversion, how we optimize our Google Ads site links so that we're still running it to the landing page without running it to different pages on our website. Callouts, we'll start here and then jump into some of the other ones. So callouts, you guys can kind of just keep it simple, offer benefits, right? Like 5-year warranty, 10% off, highly trained staff, flexible scheduling. All these are good to go. Seasonal discount of 10%. How many reviews you guys have, just that sort of information. Keeping it simple, here's the ones we're going to add. If you guys have specific ones, these are basically just kind of explaining your guys' features and benefits. Structure snippets a little bit different. We like to use types or service catalog. Either one works. They're very, very similar. But for service catalog, what you guys can do, we had all our different services here. And what we can do is type in some of these services. So, we've got, driveway leveling. You got pool deck leveling. You've got garage floor leveling. And all the other ones, highway stabilization. You've got porch, patio leveling, sidewalk leveling, stairways, and just general concrete slab leveling. Perfect. This is great, guys. Keeping it simple, just explain your services. These don't always pop up, but when they do, they pop up. Down here, you've got your description one, you've got your description two, and then you've got a service catalog. Basically, the reason why you want to add assets is it one will just naturally improve the click-through rate, which will hopefully improve the quality score. However, also you'll get more real estate on the Google search results, so your ad will be a little bit bigger, and you'll show up more. You'll show up in a bit. You'll show up bigger, which is better. Always, always, always add a call asset. You want to add these. These are great. Probably about 20 to 30% of your calls are going to come through this asset. The other 70% are going to come through the landing page, but you will get calls through this asset. Call assets are great. They show up right at the bottom of your ad on. I believe they show up on desktop and mobile, but they definitely show up on mobile. Desktop, I think they have to reveal the phone number, but on mobile they can just click to call you guys and call you without landing on your landing page. Locations, add them. Locations are connected to your Google My Business page. So basically, when you see a sponsor section in the Google My Business map pack, it's because somebody's running Google Ads and has their location integrated with their Google Ads. So run that. You have to. It'll lead to leads. Promotion. If you guys do have a promotion, I'd recommend running one for Google Ads. Historically, with the clients we manage, running a promotion will outperform not running one. So just having 10% off and, you guys can increase your price or, actually have it is what I'd recommend. Having a seasonal discount with the time when, time ends. It is, November. So you can talk about, Thanksgiving, or in October, you could have talked about Halloween, having a promotion for the holidays, just different things. But I would recommend adding a promotion. You guys can add, an occasion here. You got Black Friday coming up. So, you can add that, Valentine's winter sale, whatever it may be, guys, you can add one and you can add 8%, 10%, and it will show up down here, concrete leveling, right? So, that is perfect, guys. Now, site links. Now, what we do with site links is a little bit more, it's a little bit unique on how we do it. We add UTM tags across what we're doing, right? So, if we have the site link text, right? So I would recommend, concrete leveling, one that has, save 10% this week only. Get a free quote. You've got, and then maybe you have a driveway leveling one, and you have a pool deck leveling and a garage floor leveling, etc. But the way we do this is, so if you guys are running it to a specific landing page, right? You guys are running it to a landing page. We're going to use the website for an example here. But you're running it here, right? What we want to do is we want to add a UTM underscore medium. And then we want to, excuse me, guys, add a UTM medium. And then we're going to select equals 1, right? So this is going to go to the same landing page every single time. It goes to that same landing page. So what we want to do, because Google does not let you run a site link to the same URL. So if you didn't have the UTM medium, you could only run it there, and then you have to run it to a new page. However, if we have the UTM medium, what you can do is you can just change this out. Make this 3, make that 4, make this 5, and this does not redirect. It's it's the same page no matter what UTM medium it is. Add a description here, guys. Just keep it simple. Kind of explaining. You only have 35 characters, but this is what I would recommend. This is what we do for our clients at Max Conversion. Is we run it to a UTM medium directly to a landing page. That way, we're not directing them to other pages on the website that may be relevant, but they're not set up to convert. Right? It's like we're not going to send the porch and patio to this page. We'd rather send them to this landing page here. Additionally, guys, if you guys do set up different landing pages for different services, you guys could just run it to, a different URL without the UTM medium, but that is completely up to you. But site links are very great. They help you get more real estate on the Google search results, and really it's all about, Google Ads is all about relevancy and, showing up bigger and better, and then having an optimized landing page. It's really as simple as that. Quality searches and a good landing page can really, really drive more leads for you guys and make this campaign extremely profitable. Now that we covered assets, Keywords are good, guys. It looks like we have some phrase match here. That's okay. I recommend using exact match. Audiences, here's kind of just a quick tip. It doesn't really impact the campaign at all. But what we like to do with all our clients as well is we go ahead and add a bunch of we like to add a bunch of different audiences to the campaign. And we like this that way we understand, who's clicking on our ads and seeing if we can identify any specific type of audience that is, good or bad. Um, and you guys might be asking, right? You guys saw renters up there. You guys saw college students, right? Like renters, high school graduate or current college student. They're like, I don't want to target those. We aren't targeting anything right now. We are in observation mode, so this doesn't narrow the reach. All it does is collect data. And now on the flip side, you might be saying, well, why don't we just target, homeowners, or why don't we just target specific audiences that, are in our demographic? And the reason why you probably don't want to do that is because with this, it's already a small amount of people looking for the service, even in a 45, 50-mile radius. There's plenty of people, but not everybody clicks on Google Ads, and targeting a specific audience is really going to narrow the reach of your campaign. Now, I would say, if you guys are statewide or, multiple states, then you could do some targeting. But however, I'd recommend keeping it on observation mode, just collecting this data and then kind of going from there. So you can really look up, this you can add hundreds of these type of audiences, just, kind of getting an understanding. And you can go through and add those, but we're going to go ahead and select save right now. And what we'll see here is, we'll get information about people who, clicked, impressions, cost per click, conversion rate. And really what we're looking for here is, who's converting at the lowest point. Is there enough volume, and does it make sense to, branch off a campaign, experiment, do a targeting campaign? I would not recommend, again, running it at the start. And that kind of goes into my second point, demographic. Immediately what we like to do is we like to remove our 18 to 24-year-olds from the campaign, just because they are typically not very high quality. So we'll just, do a 65% negative bid adjustment. We're still willing to bid partially on them, but 65% less. So if we have a $10 CPC set, we're willing to bid, $3.50. So what this does is it usually just completely removes them. Most 18, 24-year-olds aren't looking for the service either way, but it'll just remove them a little bit further. You can go ahead and exclude them completely if you'd like. You can just select here and go to exclude from ad group, but that is up to you. Exclusions here. I know some people want to add DIY as an exclusion right off the bat. I would not recommend this. Sometimes it's actually, here it is, do-it-yourselfers. Sometimes I would not recommend doing this just at the start of the campaign. Instead, you guys can always add them to your audience segment and really get a good understanding of, these DIYers, if they're good, if they're a good fit for you. It's all about testing with Google Ads. You may actually be surprised, these DIYers, concrete leveling is not a service that you can really DIY for the most part. And so even if they're DIYers, they still might reach out and hire a service and understand that they can't do it themselves. So it's all good to test, but it's so important to test with Google Ads, guys, and having all this set up at the beginning of your campaign is just gonna lead to more success down the road. A lot of this is just collecting information. Next, let's jump over into location. So like I mentioned, guys, for this campaign, what I'd recommend is having, postal codes or cities. So if we got postal codes, only targeting these specific areas and just going through individually and adding each one of these individually as a location. What's nice about this is if you remove, the radius, say that, you guys don't want to, like in St. Louis, some of these areas just aren't as good. So you may want to actually, exclude some of these areas that are, not the ideal customer that you're looking for. So that way you guys really, really have your campaign narrowed down. You can target what you want without worrying about, the radius that isn't really, you can't really customize a radius too well. It's pretty limited. So we've got this added, so perfect. What we'll do here now is we'll select save, and you're good to go. Confirm your ad schedule is good before you start running it. If you didn't modify it before, it'll be set to 24 hours. You don't want it set to 24 hours only during business hours until you reach a cap on your budget. Then you can expand to after hours, before hours. Um, Really, the key with Google Ads, guys, is you want to be fast to answering phone calls. And just this is just a tip we've learned from our clients and tracking their ROI is you want to answer the phone when they call. You want to respond to forums within 5 to 10 minutes, preferably sooner. Just a minute or two. You want to get back to inquiries as fast as possible. So that's why I recommend only running it during business hours. But at the end of the day, it's a preference for different companies. Search terms, are going to be very important in specific negative keywords. Now, negative keywords, guys, there's ways to do research to find a negative keyword list. Here at Max Conversion, we've got a list of about 2,000 different, names, business names and first names and last names that we automatically add to all campaigns, which immediately removes a lot of competitors. But if there's specific competitors in your area you'll want to add these as negative keywords as well as some other ones. So if we go to concrete leveling, what you see here is we've got this company, we've got Raising Solutions, A1, Polyjack, these different companies. Even Angie's List, Amazon. But here what we have, we've got equipment, we've got Home Depot kit. And if you go down here, you're able to really get a good idea of some negative keywords that you want to add. So right off the bat, right? There's specific ones that we add in all campaigns, right? Free, cheap, and then we add tools, tool, kit, equipment, training, job, resume, CV, just different ones. Hiring, hire, reviews, resume. We already added resume. Review. Just different keywords. We've got DIY. We've got Home Depot. Depot, Lowe's, Ace, and then we can add, A1 and, Polyjack, Jack. Actually, probably not Jack. Raising Solutions, and good to go. But you guys can really do a deep dive into this. I would recommend it before running your campaign. If you guys are familiar with ChatGPT, you guys can set up ChatGPT and kind of explain as a prompt. You would say, I am setting up a concrete leveling Google Ads campaign. I'm targeting these keywords. Please set up a native keyword list for me so that I don't show up for competitors, for brands, for tools, for different things. And you guys can do that. Amazon as well, and just different things. So you'll be surprised what you show up for. You really will be. So make sure that you keep your eye on it, especially at the beginning of the campaign. We keep a very close eye on it for the first 3 months of all our campaigns. After that, it's more optimization, but the first few months is very, very important. Search terms is where you'll find it all. So whenever you're looking for keywords, what you're showing up for, you'll see search terms. That's what you want to show up for. Now, here's just kind of a quick tip, guys, that we do with some of our clients as well at Max Conversion: device bid adjustment. So with device bids, what we do is we set up a negative bid adjustment on computers. So we'll set up a negative 50% bid adjustment on computers as well as tablets. The reason why we do this, and it depends on the budget, right? Like if you're spending $3,000 to $5,000, I probably wouldn't limit the reach of your campaign to only mobile phones. But if you're looking to kind of just get into it, spending $1,000 to $2,000 a month, just targeting mobile phones or primarily mobile phones is going to result in a better ROI, at least cost per lead for you. And the reason why is mobile phones historically have a higher chance of converting. If you have a higher chance of converting, you're going to get a lower cost per lead. A lower cost per lead means you could potentially get more ROI. So a lot of times what we do is we set up a bid adjustment on computer and tablets. Now I will say tablets usually just don't get very many clicks. There's not many people looking. Computers in the home service space get maybe about 30% of clicks that mobile phones do. So it is significantly less. Other than that, guys, before starting this campaign, we've got another video on this, and I can go ahead and put it down in the comments. But setting up conversion tracking is vital to this. If you do not set up conversion tracking down the road, you will be guessing about your campaign, whether it's working. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys do have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments. We answer all questions, no matter what it is. So if you're on this campaign and 2 months down the road you have a question, leave them down below. If you guys would like us to set this campaign up for you, we'll set up the landing page, the campaign, the conversion tracking, everything from A to Z so that you can run it. Or if you like management, we also offer that as well. Reach out to us at max-conversion.com. Again, thank you guys for staying through the whole video. I know it's a long video. Hope this was helpful. If it was, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more helpful Google Ads content.